Hello and welcome back to the OCS. We're ready
Thanks.
for game number 3. Thanks. You're welcome, Tim. How are you doing? Nobody ever asked the analyst. How are you doing?
No, I'm doing well. I feel like they ask the analysts all the time. I feel like analysts are always asking the analysts. I feel like I watch the OPL and all I watch is analysts asking analyst questions.
That may be true.
Let's move on. Let's not talk to each other.
Okay.
I'm not interested in how you are.
Yeah,
Let's talk about the next
QUT
game.
versus ORA.
QUT versus ORA, both 3 and 5,
Yes.
I believe. So important game for both of these teams. Gauntlet cutoff. Do you know what that is? Off the top of your head, is it
top six? Yes. I don't know like the maths behind who can physically make it.
I think it's a new format. I think it's a bit different.
It is top 6, and then I think it's much similar to the NA format, which I can't bring into my mind off the top. But like some people get buys. Like the higher you are, you get buyed like further up the bracket.
Yeah.
And it's not a gauntlet. It's like a
double blind.
Yeah,
like,
it's one of those. I feel
yeah.
like there are so many of those terms, and every time I'm just like,
There's
just
a whole
show me
of tournament creation. You know what I mean? Like there are so many different ways to run tournaments, and there's so many technical terms that people use. And they'll be like, yeah, we're running like a double blind Swiss, whatever,
with like no losers bracket, but also we have third place match. And
And you're like, when me play when?
But top 6 make it through. And these guys both sitting like both 3 and 5 right now. Like they're sitting at 8 and 9. And there's only like 1 game difference between the 7th place, which is the Bombers, who have already lost today. So certainly catchable here for both of these guys. So I definitely think an important game, an important win here today.
I do want to point out JLKC had a huge performance last week against Legacy. Turned a very dire game around.
Yeah.
And they ended up coming back to win that one. Not playing today.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Actually, nuts performance. I don't think I've seen a competitive 1v9 like in recent times. Like that was a straight up hard carry, Vlad. Like
just like dragging your team across the line.
Yes,
like they want to lose so bad, and you're just like, no.
And Series is just coming in today as the coach. Like, nah, actually, I'm gonna play. And yeah, that's the spoiler, right? Series coming into the mid lane, replacing
Series
him.
playing mid lane. I also have Mog not playing.
Yes.
We've got Harry instead. Harry, the Thresh player.
Yeah. So
Harry makes me think of Thresh.
Interesting changes there. It does kind of change the team dynamics, I think. ORA are a team that in the weeks that you haven't been casting have done a lot of whack stuff. They played, I think actually, they played Pantheon Talia. Was that when you were around?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And then like following that, they've played a bunch of Sona. Mog gets a bunch of Sona
Yes,
bans.
Mog
like
plays a lot of crazy stuff, Bob.
Yeah, Klepto, TP, Sona game. So we'll be interested with a different support and also the coach subbing into the mid lane, how these guys go. On the other side, though, is the Tigers. They also have a substitution coming through. Feint won't be in the AD carry position, and they have spent a bunch of weeks alternating Vicaria and Spoil in the support role. But they're actually just going to be flexing the bottom lane. Potentially a Sona Taric? Maybe? That makes sense.
Yeah.
We shall see.
It's so telegraphed, though. I think it's just... I thought Harry. They thought Harry. He must play Thresh. Because if you're going to play Sona Taric, like if your plan is to play Sona Taric, like I don't think you are banning Thresh first. Like that's so like
so obvious.
Yeah, because on the other team they ban Thresh, and assuming my support isn't like a big Thresh player, then it's just like what
are they doing? Yeah,
first picking Sona.
Could be the case. Karma Nocturne banned away from ORA Academy's side of the coin, and the Nocturne is actually towards the mid lane. Unspecialized has played that for a couple of weeks, trying to attack the side lanes and has had a decent amount of success. I feel like hasn't translated into victories necessarily, but the Nocturne I don't think has been a big problem. Has been getting them a bunch of picks left, right, and center. Yuumi, the most frustrating champion in the game of League of Legends, has been banned away.
Yeah, interesting support bans. Sona not banned either. Will they first pick Sona? If Sona doesn't get first pick, I'll be even more confused.
Yeah.
That would be peak confusion for me.
Interesting to see what they go towards. They have 8 seconds left. Sejuani, of course, is banned away as well. So a couple of junglers, a couple of supports. But power picks up and available. Aurelia is one. Xayah, I definitely did not expect coming into this game.
So Xayah Rakan, and you ban Thresh Yuumi. Right. I thought Xayah Rakan be good into Thresh.
Reasonably. Yeah, early Rakan has a hard time, but Xayah like makes it easier for you.
Like
and
you
then
don't need to tag. You don't need to hit the W to like win that lane, right?
onto the threat, like as Zyra Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can like Zyra Khan's trading power like outside the CC is like.
It's really
enough, I
like
think.
Thresh has to make it happen, and then that's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Because like if he misses anything, then he dies.
So Sivir, like, yeah, it just seems.
Okay.
Solo lane, not solo lane.
Yes.
This is not live, right? So he got nerfed on live.
On 913, yes.
Yeah.
It's number
So this
12.
is still OP Pike.
Cool. I actually haven't read the changes, but I hear he got cooked.
Well, basically they made it so his E does reduce damage to creep waves, so he can't just like E auto TM that and like clear the wave and leave.
Yeah.
So he now he needs to like auto a few times.
Actually stay in the lane.
Yeah,
Like
it'll
he's,
it'll
and I
take
feel
him-
like, yeah, for a champion that thrives off leaving the lane, making those windows smaller is just like dead.
yeah, because well, one of the big things about Pike is that because his roaming is so good, like you can sack a lot of CS.
Yeah.
So that's what you see in pro play a lot is that like Pikes will just lose lane and they're fine with losing lane, and then you'll see them late, like they'll still have items somehow because they just run into a team fight, got a bunch of executes, and then moved on.
Yep.
And as soon as they do have that wave clear, they don't have to spend any time in lane because their move speed is so high because he builds the Mobies, he has the W, and then he one-shots every wave anyway. So I think it's a good change. I think it's a creative change. I like that
Not
sort
just
of
like,
change.
oh, this champion is obnoxious, let's remove him from the game. Like his
numbers
damage is just like,
or like it's like that's a change that shouldn't hurt support Pike very much.
He didn't offer wave clear anyway. He couldn't hit the wave
No.
in bot lane because he just gets outranged by literally everything.
So I like that change. In the meantime,
Yeah.
Series is going to do his best JLKC cosplay by picking up the Vlad. Try to channel some of that energy.
Hopefully it's good.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, Nautilus was the support that was
Another
paired with
Camille.
Desire as well. So not going to be Desire Khan locked in for the bottom side of the Tigers. And it is going to be, yeah, as you mentioned, another Camille.
Am I missing something? I don't think she's very good. I don't know.
Yeah. We shall see. Often it's like paired like with Galio or something like that. And it's like you pick the Camille and then your support is like you have a Kai'Sa Galio bottom lane and it's like
you said Sejuani before.
yeah, like you get things done in the early game and then they allow you to scale that little bit extra than like you normally would on your own as like a solo Camille engage tool. But that's not going to be the case here either. So Vicaria going to be playing the Nautilus and hi goodbye on this Camille. If it is him, it could just be a
Double
blind
assassin
pick top laner, of course. But yeah, double assassin bans. Akali and the Talon are gone. And Specialize is definitely a creative man in the mid lane. Nocturne was his flavor for the last couple of weeks, and Order obviously knows something is up and banning away a couple of champions.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and assume that this Camille is going into the jungle.
Jarvan
I don't know.
Rek'Sai ban.
Maybe I don't know something. Happens all the time. In any case, we're going to see hi goodbye. I mean, it could be a flex. I really don't think so. We'll see if you can keep the pressure on early. Support being picked here for Order Academy.
Braum has been counter-picked to Xayah for a very long time,
Ooh.
but that's not it.
Xin Zhao win now.
Okay.
Very strong at the moment.
Yes.
On 9.12, he was solo queue win rate went up. People started playing him again.
Halo Blades.
Yep.
Everybody started picking that one back up, and then kind of the uncontestable Riverman.
He's sort of like a Camille, I guess. I was going to say easier, but he's actually probably not that. It's probably the same. Camille's pretty easy. Like there is some complex stuff I guess you could do with Camille, but okay.
Yeah. Not going to be the jungle Camille. Is going to be going into a solo lane. You would
Okay.
expect the top side, given that they don't have the Sejuani. So Skarner going to be the jungle
Counter
pickup here.
pick into Xin Zhao.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done that either, but well, it's a tough matchup. It's a tough matchup,
Yeah.
and it is you're pairing. It's like one of those. It's one of those ones where you don't have any way to bridge the gap, or like you need to find a way to bridge the gap. Because like Xin Zhao's first 6 levels are his strongest, and that's like all his impact is sort of concentrated into those like first 5 levels within a 6 power spike, and then from then on, it's like, is he ahead?
Can he
Then-
like
then
keep
he's-
it going?
Yeah.
Keep what he made
How
happen
long
earlier?
can he keep this
Yeah.
momentum based off what he got in those first 6 levels? Whereas Skarner is the complete opposite. You want nothing to do in those first 6 levels. So when I see a pick like that, I'm thinking like, okay, like guys, just play safe, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't die to him. I'm not going to stop him from killing you. I'm just telling you not to die.
Yeah.
Like, it's not helpful at all.
Which is also sort of interesting, given the GP and the Vladimir blinds, or I guess the Vlad blind and the GP lock in here. So Uni on
from Order Academy side, it does make sense. You take 3 hyperscaling champs,
and then have
and
someone
then
to
you
get
have the
them
early game
through.
jungler to bridge the gap. Whereas on the other side, I mean, they do have strong early game champs.
Okay.
They can't swap anymore.
Yeah, no. I think I was kind of holding on to the fact that I didn't remember if it was Vicaria, but somebody did play, and now that I see it, was the guy that locked in Camille support earlier, this split. So not the first time we've seen it, but...
Okay. Man, I
Take it for a
I
ride.
don't think I couldn't have been any more wrong about this draft. I think I got every part wrong.
Look,
So
sometimes
pay
it
me the
happens.
big bucks.
Sometimes it happens. But yeah, that is an interesting matchup. Camille versus Pyke is definitely not something you're used to seeing in the bottom side. I feel like with the resurgence of Pyke into solo lanes, we kind of just haven't seen him as a support for a very long time.
Camille into Pyke. How would that go? I feel like that's Pyke favored.
Can you... Surely you're able to dodge Pyke ulti with Camille ulti. But I guess you would need another person to ult to, because you can't ulti the Pyke as his ulting.
You would have to be very far, because both animations are like the same. It's
Yeah,
both up and
but-
then instant
Yeah,
proc.
but Camille gets the untargetable, and I don't think Pyke does.
Right, okay.
Right? Like, Camille has the frame cancel of Hextech Ultimatum. You can dodge CC. You can jump over an
Yeah.
Ashe trying to arrow you
Yep.
onto a head and
Oop.
stuff like that.
What? That was...
Yeah.
If there was a champ there, would they have reached the bush because you get the extra range? Is that what that was?
He may just be looking for the flank, and then they have the Nautilus. Like, maybe he levels the hook if he gets vision or something. Flash over the wall, but not going to find anything towards the top side as Order Academy concentrating the lower mid bush, actually. This is an interesting level 1. Both of these guys having a read on their opponents right now, and neither of them, given the 5-man stacks they went for, are going to come up fruitful.
Yeah. Probably both teams don't have a read. Both ended up in places where
Well, I mean,
opposition wasn't.
well, that's it. Like, if they both make a read on each other and look to, like, punish, and then they kind of end up in the, like, you know what I mean? It's like you naturally are going to the opposite of your side towards what they've done recently.
What?
I'm saying, like, make a read on what they've done previously this split.
Yeah.
Like, normally level 1s are like, oh, we've watched this team for 3 weeks send somebody into this bush. Let's just
Yeah.
kill them.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm saying...
Oh, both
that-
teams have
yeah,
watched
both
that?
teams have come
Yeah.
into this game like, hey, they do this every time.
Yeah.
But because they're looking to punish each other, they just kind of end up in no man's land doing nothing on other sides of the map.
Okay, so red to golems for Skarner.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be a fat full clear from him. Whereas Wraith's skipped. Is going to be to blue or to the river. Looks like blue.
Buff to buff.
Buff to buff. See whether he goes backwards into his own jungle after that, or whether he moves into the river. Crab, of course, spawns much later now, so
Yeah.
not really any advantage for going buff to buff, other than if you think you're going to get invaded.
Gonna go in the Gromp afterwards. Of course, it was a late ward from Vicaria. The Camille kind of cheated up the river level 1. Placed that one down. So any gank path onto the bottom lane could be fairly difficult there for the Xin Zhao, but still does have a path onto the mid lane. That is a hook. That is a stun landing onto Seaway.
And that could be first blood. Spoil holding onto his flash. Doesn't have the heal, but didn't burn his pot either, so I don't know. He could probably stay. Choosing
Nerves
not
of
to.
Steel.
Choosing to recall, TP back. Might be able to pick himself up
Control
pink
ward.
ward. Valuable.
Sick. Also has the Doran shield, so it's not like a blade user where you kind of rely on hitting the wave to get your health back, given that your regen is tied to lifesteal rather than just straight regen, but
Yeah.
wanted to...
I mean, the
pop
saving
that
grace
one.
here is that Seaway has taken heal and not TP. Another hook
Ooh.
lands, and you just can't do that. That just can't happen. They're committing all in. Flash comes out of Seaway. Stun lands, though.
Level.
Barely survives. Spoil playing incredibly
Round 3.
passive and flashes forward.
Oh!
Feathers miss. Spell shield's down. One more auto will do it.
Harry
the
may
feather
just
rip.
get the next one, though.
Can he drop minion aggro? Manages to, but oh, that's a painful creep block. Probably would have died anyway, but Trading 2 for 1, no TP, and a big fat wave. It's not looking good for QUT.
Yeah, that is disastrous territory on the bottom side. Harry able to basically one-man army both of those kills. Seaway gets cleaned up by a flash from Spoil, but as you mentioned, TP burnt earlier to get himself back to full HP, and he lands immediate hook from the pike into another immediate hook from the pike, and kind of comes up with everything. Eye of the Oasis already completed, so tier 3 support item done there for the pike. Surprised he didn't go for the early boots, given he wants to get access to the map, but maybe he's looking at this lane like, I don't need the map, I can just keep making things happen down here on the bottom side, and if he can, certainly a boon to be taken there from Order Academy.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Camille, like, they have a kill lane, essentially, right? Like, Camille, neither of them have flash anymore.
Oh, hook
tags another hook, and Charm lands. Ignite.
Pull comes through.
Nothing to use the transfusion on, but Pot will keep him alive, and Series will have to base here. Has the TP. He won't lose anything, but Harry, is that 3 for 3?
Yeah, I think it's 4 for 4, because he landed the first one to send him back to base, then landed it immediately. Does the little stabby one count? I mean, it's 5 from 5 if it does.
Yeah.
We'll count it.
Why
that
not?
sounds better than 4 from 4.
Because he hit it.
So,
If he didn't hit it, I would have said it doesn't count.
Yeah, agree. But here we go. Maybe another one on the cards. As on the way ping came from the Xin Zhao, but just going to back away.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, as Vicaria takes the hook shot forwards. Not sure if he realizes that Xin Zhao is in the river, but even if Xin Zhao was in the river, I feel like he does not want to be using his mobility move to go forwards. That is another hook landing. Vicaria back to the pool.
Yeah, this bottom lane is going from bad to worse. Harry literally has not missed this game. And the pike is absolutely popping off. Dragon was being thought about there from the Xin Zhao. Now that he helps them shove this wave in, it could be on the cards. It's only an air, not going to be an infernal, not going to be a mountain, but very easy to take down. Very quick work can be done. So advantages just trickling ever so quickly to the direction of Order on the bottom side of the map.
Yes, Air Dragon going to help with those who refuse to purchase boots, like the pike.
Yeah, true.
I don't know, Air Dragon's sort of grown on me. All in the top lane. Not of this ultimate use, but there go the oranges. Gunner's on his way, has the blue smite and the flash. Vance has the flash also, but I don't think he's going to be... Oh, he gets the predict, and he kills him anyway.
Ends up just being the trade. God, it would look cool if it landed, but unfortunately, Vans holds on to the summoner, and cheeky flash at the end is enough to clear him out. Wasn't level 6 just as of yet, but we'll ding it from the kill. So this wave is going to be get shoved in into the turret. TP back to lane. Vans able to clean this one up.
Having that blue smite there meant that there was really no way out for Vans. E missing. I mean, we watched the E miss. Like, as soon as that, it was either going to be blue smite into E or E into blue smite. Like, he was just too low health.
Yeah, no W, so
probably the most heads-up play is just getting killed, not burning the sum.
Yep.
Although, actually, burning a Skarner flash just before level 6, if you were super heads-up, I mean, there's no way you're thinking about that while it's happening.
Yeah.
But, like, if you are Galaxy Brain, you're definitely flashing to force him to burn his.
Maybe Vans is Galaxy Brain, and you're just Smooth Brain.
Probably.
You're just real Smooth Brain.
I feel like those are two separate memes.
They still work, though.
Yeah, they do.
But Galaxy Brain's going to walk down the river, potentially face check another Skarner. He's going to spot him in the jungle, as I feel like Unspecialized is going to be thankful for that one. GP looking for a cheeky barrel behind his turret, as the Ari has just kind of been shoved underneath her turret the entirety of this game. We haven't spent much time talking about this one.
No.
Ari is an old school counterpick into the Vladimir. Hasn't been seen for a very long time. A lot of mobility, but
she's seeing a little bit more of play now. I think she's quite good. She's a good assassin. She has what do you call it? There's a term for it, but I've forgotten. It's engaged. That is not dangerous.
Non-committal CC.
Yeah, there you go. Non-committal engage.
Yep.
So she just throws the charm out under tower. She doesn't have to ult for it. She can if she wants. Ult is pretty low cooldown too. But you can find yourself in a position where if you have the mana regen, you have the damage in the CDR, you're just throwing these charms out, and if one lands, you force a fight. If one lands, you get a plating or a tower or whatever it is.
There it is. Throws the E, doesn't land.
Didn't hurt her.
Doesn't really matter.
Lost the
Also,
mana.
yeah. I believe going to be the Proto Belt first item here. Actually, that's going to be
the top lane. Skarner ult lands. No way out of that. No flash. No hope.
There's just so much CC. Right?
Yeah, it really is.
He hooks, he auto attacks, he can hit you with the ulti and bans. You think like he's going to burn oranges on some of them.
Yeah, like how long are you waiting for your oranges, you know? We might see a return dive. There's no pull. Ultimate probably enough to scare them off. Froggadog, not a ton of mana. But I did want to mention before, when we saw Vans invading the top side of the jungle to put those wards down, at the very same time, Harry, who's charging up a hook, lands.
7 from 7.
As Uni is in the bot lane, clearing some wards, threatening the dive. There are plates to be taken here. The sums are up on the side of QUT, but there's a lot of damage between these three carries, and we're going to see a micro. Vicaria, he cops the hook. TP coming through, Uni. Tanking the tower.
Okay.
Vicaria survives the GP ult as well, so no harm, no foul.
Yeah. Get away with it there. Walking in between the turrets is Harry. Places down that ward, so did see the Skarner coming from base as well. Of course, they watched him gank topside, so they kind of had the timer in their heads.
But ultimately, it does cost the Nautilus his TP.
Yeah. They get away with murder. They look for the dive. Don't get locked down because Vicaria isn't level 6, so no ultimatum. No ability to lock people in place, and TP comes through to shepherd the bottom lane. Froggadog is going to lose it for absolutely nothing.
Bit of CSing under the tower from Spoil. Missing a whole bunch. But that happens too sometimes. Sometimes you just miss some. Missing. There we go. He gets.
Oh, no.
That is.
Look, it snowballs. You miss one and then you miss
four. It got
four.
so much worse once we pointed it out.
Oh, no.
Poor guy.
Oh, God, that sucks. Sucks when that happens. He's a support, man. I can feel it. I can't see us. Oh, Charm lands though. For the Q, he's going to land both parts as well. Cheeky little true damage. And I was going to point out, when you go for the early Hex Tech buy as well on the ARIA, you actually have a significant amount of sustain. That is a bot lane fight though. Harry looking for this one, locked in the ultimatum, but Hi Goodbye not in the vicinity as of yet. Predator now popped and actually looking for it.
Hi Goodbye, walks his way into the river, walks immediately back out, does not want to eat another pike hook. He is level 8, does have the flash, so the next gank should be effective. Will have some sort of impact.
It's about choosing where it is going to go. Interesting build from the pike as well. Actually going to be the Knight's Vow, so still sitting on the brown bags. Infernal also spawned, and Uni starting up the Crab, going to take it down, and now starting up the Dragon. Everybody is in the area. And just mentioned, Hi Goodbye has Flash, has the Impale of the Skarner ready, and Froggadog was walking from top side.
Goes down. Harry's ready for it though. Hook lands. Hi Goodbye looking for the steal. Flashes forward. He gets it. Seaway. Skarner ult lands onto Yenny, and he just dies. Flash forwards with the ult from Unspecialized. Lands the Q. That's a shutdown. That's what you want.
Yep. Able to get everything. The full rotate there. Froggadog walks from top side. No TP available, but get a couple of kills to get themselves the Infernal Dragon, and you would absolutely make that trade. Yes, he loses 2 plates top side, but not the scariest thing as of yet. Much prefer to take that one down.
End up with the Infernal. End up with 2 kills. Traded for nothing.
Yep. Feels good.
You would have told me beforehand that that was going to happen. I would have done it anyway.
Froggadog actually may look for this one.
Big trade.
Has a Sheen buy.
Okay. Yeah, Sheen, Ring, Barmies. Oh, it does deeps.
He does. Still has the ulti as well, but damage calculations, maybe a grass proc or 2. Able to save him from the long fight there, so Froggadog kind of cuts it off before it even happens. Uni, though, on the other side, being a bit of an objective goblin here, starts up the Dragon, loses it. This time starting up the Rift Herald, and nobody around to contest means this will likely be taken down. Does take a very long time, though, especially if you can't proc the eye. Struggling with that one, but Vladimir rotating over. Series, of course, the coach subbing in here, actually doing a very good job in the mid lane so far, holding it down. 25 CS lead for him.
He was zoned out of rotating to that dragon fight because he was just under half health. But but you have to say, for a top lane turn bot lane turn coach turn mid laner, it's pretty serviceable.
Yeah.
Hats off to you, Series. Oh, Harry lands another.
God damn. He hasn't missed.
Okay, Vicaria.
Oh.
Being forwards.
Skarner's here.
Ult comes down onto Seaway. Trying to trade back. And he might. Spoiled no heal. So ult comes out. Seaway flashes forwards. Costs him his flash, but you're definitely taking the trade in that circumstance. Harry waiting for Vicaria to move forward. He has the ult. Hook between the creeps. Lands.
TP's going to come through as well.
He gets cancelled. Skarner ult used. Series is here. Flashes forward. Proto Belt, that's going to do it. He's going to focus on high goodbye. Oh, he lives. Stun lands from high goodbye. Series probably not going to be able to dive this one, and the Specialize is here. Charms him in the face. Vicaria moving forwards.
Oh.
Gets the magic damage shield. Tanks the pool. And lives.
Very closely able to get away with that one. Plating did pop as well, given we are at 14 minutes and 40 seconds, so the counter trade on the top side is there. Uni pops Rift Herald, and they will take down first brick. But they did lose a couple of members. You have to say, worth there for Seaway. Flash lost, yes. Heal lost, yes. But certainly wins out in style points. Flashing over the Featherstorm there. And ambitious play did cost the Pike.
But I mean, in the end, despite all that, 4-kill lead. Still a K down. QUT.
Skarner has picked up the majority of these kills as well. And definitely not the target you would have hoped for. It is a very big jungler. Will have his Righteous Glory incredibly quickly upon recall, but
Unspecialized has opted to buy the hose, but he doesn't have Glacial Augment. I don't know if that's a mistake or if that's just the build.
I know I've definitely seen like Super Soaker Twin Shadows Glacial Ari. I think before that rose to popularity, I also did just see, out of all the mid laners, Ari being the one just straight up buying hose anyway.
Yeah, okay.
You can kind of just throw the hose. Like it's a bit of a nothing cooldown. You can just press the button, and then it makes landing charms super easy, and then you can follow up. So it's like, for a champion with, yes, non-committal CC, it makes it even more so, right? You just use the item, then you throw the charm that is all but guaranteed unless they have like a pull or a dash or like a spell shield or something.
Okay,
Jungler's
when he's
gonna
going to
face
face
check
check, throws the ward down. I like the vision control there. Has an extra pink in the inventory, so he's going to take some river control. Hi, goodbye. Ult is up. Predator is available. Flash, not yet, but almost. Dragon spawning in 40. Looks like Order Academy trying to get control of this tri-bush.
First one that's missed.
Harry misses a hook. We didn't want to hit it anyway. Also, Series is getting all in by Frogger. We'll see whether he uses the ult. I imagine Series still has his pull.
Oh, lands the hook though, round the corner.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, he pulled anyway.
Okay.
That's weird.
It's the heal back, but the CC is going to land. Frogger
lands
it!
Oh. Nice. Huge solo out of Frogger there. Series, bit of Vladimir inexperience finally showing perhaps. Definitely should not have died, but really well played. Harry tags him with another hook. Harry is having an absolute blinder of a game.
Yeah, lands a hook through the minions
goodbye
there.
is
Hi, goodbye. He wants it.
Collapse.
Spell shield's still there for Seaway.
Pop. Smite comes out, uses the ult. Vicaria doing what he can to trade back. Mill ult used.
Stun.
It's a stun though. Having to E out. Hook lands onto the Skarner. Unspecialized. Means that this fight is going to end here, but in the end, 1-for-nothing trade. Although on the other side of the map, Frogger taking a tower for his solo kill.
Yeah, got himself cheeky little turret after that trade. It's a little bit rough on the bottom side of the map here for QUT. They keep committing onto the Pike because they feel like they can't get access to the Sivir. It's kind of that mind game of like, I have a couple of buttons to press. You have the E to throw away as the Skarner. You have the Blue Smite to throw away, but Seaway kind of holds fast on the spell shield there and is holding it ultimately for the Skarner lockdown. And as soon as he doesn't throw it away willy-nilly, they turn onto the Skarner. Harry able to buy a bunch of that time though, so at the end of the day, he's going to buy themselves an Air Dragon. He's going to buy themselves that singular kill onto Spoil. Featherstorm is a nice cooldown to have against the Execute of the Pike, but the flashes came out afterwards. The Ignite ticking. And yeah, okay, it was interesting, because I saw the Kindle Gem and the cloth,
I was
and
about to start talking about the KFC variety bucket build.
Yeah.
I was like, he's just bought one of everything.
Yeah, because I thought for a second, because I saw it in 2 iterations. I saw Kindle Gem and the cloth armor, and I'm like, okay, he's going Knight's Vow, right? Like, you can put it onto any squishy targets, that feels effective.
Yeah.
But then he had the multiple, and I'm like, okay, he's just sitting on Kindle Gem for the CDR, and
Like
you kind of see, or like maybe going into like Locket, right? It builds out of both Negatron and the cloth.
Yep.
You do see every now and again people go for the max CDR support build. You just want components, like whether it's a Glacial and a Kindle Gem or like a Forbidden Idol and a Kindle Gem. Oh, this is much more akin to solo lane Pike.
Yeah, it's like nice spell shield. Daria gets a little bit back, loses half of his health for the attempt, and
don't try that one again.
he does have 4 relic stacks, I guess. Maybe he was looking for an excuse to use them. What I have to say, at 1-2-5, I thought this Camille, after those first few solo
Levels?
kills,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is about to be a blowout. This Camille is, we're about to see Camille V2, you know?
Yeah.
Just getting stomped, but just brought it back.
She's one of those champions where I feel like, especially in support, like is in jungle already, but Hook.
Lands another.
Land. Isn't going to follow. That's actually
Carry
going to be the
looking for the
follow-up.
engage.
Ooh, stun.
Gets stunned though. Seaway looking to trade back. Reload used. Righteous Glory from Skarner. Hooks the Pike. In the back line though, Yueni. Trying to focus Frogadog, who's TP'd in from behind. Yasuo, Nautilus. Ult goes down. There's no spell shield on the Sivir, and she just cops a charm to the face.
Gets away with absolutely everything. Harry, first man to fall down. Seaway falls down after the fact. So another turret is going to go over to QUT here. GP has just been left alone. He ulted the play. Cannon Barrage was in the fight, but just kind of pushing by his lonesome.
Camille will make it in time.
Yeah. Is Camille enough,
she can
though?
kill him without ult, but she does have the Ignite. He's already used his oranges.
Okay. So, Q in the face, pops the grasp, and they do save the turret. I was going to say before that fight broke out, like Camille, jungler, feast or famine. Support even more so, but I was already impressed last time Vicaria picked this up, and his ability to just actually play it to a reasonable level. And I say reasonable, like he's obviously good at the champion, but just at a stable level is a better word, right? Yeah, it's not like 9-0-0-9 every game. This is a very hard lane and a very hard start to the lane, and able to kind of ride it through to a 1-2-6. You can see the proficiency, being able to live, like use the ulti at the right moments, dodge out from damage. All of these things are on point here, so
I agree.
certainly looks the goods.
I agree. Definitely looks like he's an experienced Camille support player.
Yeah.
Harry finally misses one, though it was blind, to be fair. Hi, goodbye. Just working on these wards. As Vicaria goes over the wall, Series does get charmed. Manages to get out. Vicaria looks like he is in trouble, and he absolutely is. Harry lands another hook. Seaway just peppering autos throughout this team fight. Frogadog throws the anchor out. Doesn't do anything, but Harry says, hang on, my hook's hit. Yueni takes a charm, but it gets the ult and the stopwatch off. Series, Glad ult is not going to mean a whole ton, except for a little bit of health back.
And so much consistent damage here for Order Academy's lineup, right? That the hook is just continuously landing. Frogadog unfortunately can't land one of his own, but the Sivir is just constantly auto-attacking. Vladimir has the ability to just keep throwing and throwing. Vans, on the other side, has just been left alone for the entirety of this game. Has been soloed up previously by Frogadog, but that's 2 plays in a row. The bot fight, now the mid fight, where he's just been left to his lonesome in a side lane. Got mid turret, basically to no HP. Kind of breath will take that one down, and just got 2 turrets bottom side, so feeling good.
I mean, they're sort of banking on the GP. I wanted to go on a tangent about how they were, this GP keeps getting side lane farm, and they're not really losing much for losing these fights, and despite being 11-6 down in kills, you know, they're 3k up, 4k up in gold almost.
Yep.
But like, I really don't think that's happening. Like, Order Academy are choosing these fights. They're opting in. They're engaging.
Yeah.
Harry's throwing out hooks.
It's
and
every
they're
hook
moving
just lands.
forwards. So I really don't think that's happening. That is a charm for Vizinzao.
He didn't like that one.
And he falls down. It's going to be a Baron start.
Yeah.
Nautilus is already up here. Vance does have the TP, though, so expecting a TP out of him.
We saw this last week, Order Academy.
Yeah, this is a dangerous position.
Vladimir, but Series is going to look to replicate.
We've got 3 AoE champs. We've got the Sivir, we have the Vlad, we have the GP. Vlad ult goes down. Skarner onto the Vlad ult, though. Zonius comes out just in time. Pull. Another hook lands onto Frogadog. Fight sort of resets, chasing up the ramp. Seaway has just been dealing damage this entire time, and Vance did need to TP. One barrel, doesn't land. Unspecialized. Harry with the solo kill, gets it done.
Support versus mid laner. Spirit Visage picks up the back end of that one, and it may just be Order Academy able to take down the Baron. You said it, Seaway was just untouched that entire fight. When you have so many carries to deal with, you have to pick some, and somebody gets away with murder there. Sivir ricocheting through the team fight. QUT kind of walking back onto the map. They probably have an inkling this is going down, but not going to get there in time. Baron just dead to rights.
Well, it's just so scary, right? You've got Vlad, Sivir, and GP. And they are just praying. They go to sleep every night thinking, hang on, what's going on here? Harry gets stunned by the Skarner. Makaria one shot. Hi goodbye, trying to run away, but stuck in the mud. Can't get anywhere. That is just 2 free kills as well as the Baron.
And it started off a good QUT play, right? Like 4 members sitting around the red buff. They're going to pick onto the jungler.
Last game.
Yeah, 4 versus 5. No jungler. Let's start Baron.
Yep.
Disaster strikes. Pyke, team fight, AoE. Vladimir the same. GP the same as you mentioned. And they just get rinsed. Lose the buff. Lose another couple of kills. And Gold Lead now bursts open to 7,000 here for Order.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where at the end of the game you're pressing tab and you're like, how did this go so wrong?
Yeah.
Like, when did we start losing? But yeah, they scale well. GP gets extra gold.
Got the
now this Baron. It's going to be a tough ask from here. I mean, yes, Skarner is 6-1, but what does that really mean in the context of a mid to late game team fight?
He has self-CC.
Yeah,
he can't
he
use
can't
it.
do anything.
He locks you down with himself. And yeah, probably much prefer to have that onto another carry.
Hook lands, and Makaria uses the ult. GP ult comes down. There is a suppression ult on Chueni. Fighting in the choke though, no good against Vlad GP, and another fight goes to Order. Series just cleaning up the wave here, and they're going to push on down to the mid tower.
Yeah, and Harry lands the hook, but his E also cancels the hook shot there from Vicario, so he can't even get out of the fight, and QUT kind of succumb to that one. Looking for the reset.
Hook misses, but the rest of the team is here to clean up, and okay, Unspecialized traces the flash for the Pyke kill. It's a one-man defense here. He's got 9 seconds until Zaya is alive, and Order Academy decide this is not the wave we will end on. Let's try another one.
That's going to be the call. They do have to reset after that one, but fight heavily in their favor. 7,000 gold turns into 9, so a cheeky 2k in the back pocket after that one. Breaking the base. Not quite brave enough to hit the Nexus, but hugely dominant performance. They turn this one around slowly through the early game. Single Baron fight, single victory, and the game explodes here in front of the Tiger's eyes. 9-3 now is the Sivir. Almost 4 items completed with like the last Whisper coming through. Has the defensive tool extra of the stopwatch there, so it's very difficult to be able to take Seaway down. And the bottom lane for Order Academy has just been popping off this game.
Yeah, this stage of Sivir is just so annoying.
Yeah.
She's just so strong. She gets that rapid fire crit on the W, and now just as poke.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, like, you know, your whole team just cops that one crit in the head. And that's like, oh, okay. This is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with now.
This is my life. This is no good. Assist Me Ping did just come from this bush. Froggadog wants a piece of the pizza. Isn't going to find it. As Seaway kind of knows something is up, but is always toying with it. Maybe he knows. Hook does not land and does just back away.
Baron still on a few members. Hook lands onto Froggadog.
You know what threw me off?
No, I don't.
The pizza looks like a pie.
Like a
on this
pizza
skin.
Pie?
Because I said I wanted to say piece of the pie, but then I said pizza because it's a pizza.
Yeah.
But this skin makes it look like a pie.
You reckon?
Yeah.
It's like a chroma, or just the skin in general?
It's like, no, it's
I
pizza.
swear it looks like a pizza.
No, but it's like this chroma of the pizza delivery skin.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to have another look. I don't know if I can confirm nor deny. Does that look like a pie?
Yeah.
That's a pizza to me.
It looks like it's got slits in the top of the pie.
Like someone's cut a pie into pizza slices.
No, like somebody's scarred the top of the pie like you do so it doesn't burst open.
Yeah.
Oh, hold that, Harry.
Charm lands onto Harry. Milo does come through, but Unspecialized just gets absolutely melted on the backline by Vlad. Seaway just running forwards. He flashed into the base, but he might not want to be here anymore as the Nautilus ult comes down. Hi, goodbye, fighting in the backline. Yueni about to go down, but he has the GA. Spoil, no ultimate, means he needs to be really careful about this team fight. Frogadog tanking what damage he can, flashes out of the hook. There might be an opportunity for some tower pressure here. Spoil still being alive means this is going to be a hard game to end, though.
Reset does
misses.
come through. Full HP here for QUT.
Spoil just working on this wave. Knocks out the super. There might be a re-engage here. I mean, there is the potential for Spoil to carry the fight, but Order Academy, they take one extra tower. They say, that's enough for us. We respect the damage. We want our 10-4 80 carry back. We'll give you another 2 minutes to play the game.
Yep, 1,000 gold shutdown did get handed over there from Seaway, but still very strong nonetheless. The entire base in terms of turrets broken. Kind of exposed to the elements now, with the mid one spawning fairly soon. Next Baron is up in 40 seconds, as is the Infernal. So choices to make here, but you expect Baron is probably the higher prize of both of them, as Harry steamrolls back onto the map and is going to find the rest of the Tigers kind of lying in wait right now, fighting over that vision control, with everybody else tracking behind them. Bush camping has served well for the Tigers, but
Specialized.
Charm lands.
Charm. Harry managed to E out. Yueni's in the backline on his own. I don't know if he wants to be there. Vance gets the first kill. Series, no pull, but a ton of damage. Second E means Nort falls. Harry, he's waiting.
Spoil,
He had the
lands
vision. Lands another hook onto Spoil, and pull comes out. Seaway, one auto does it. Vance gets his barrel cancelled. Unspecialized, doing what he can. But Tides of Blood is enough, and
all the while Xin Zhao is just whacking away on the Nexus.
fight happened. Fight.
Yep, able to turn that one around. Xin Zhao, absolutely not necessary there.
Got his eye on the prize, runs straight into the base.
The hook, gonna land it.
Lands. Karia manages to hold on to his 1.8 KD.
And that was an on-brand game of League of Legends. The word of the day is don't walk to Baron, because as soon as you do, you get wiped and you lose the game massively.
Agreed. Pick into Baron, not textbook. No bueno.
No bueno.
We're not doing Barons unless someone started it already and we can ace them.
Yeah, you have to reactive Baron.
Yeah, that's the best
Proactive
Baron.
Barons.
Everybody knows that.
That's not what we like. We don't like that one. Yeah, that was a bit of a disaster. The slow build was there, right? We're making it happen, but unfortunately, a couple of kills go the wrong way. Gold lead goes heavily in favor of Order when they've got the Sivir, they've got the Vlad, they've got the GP stacking it up.
They were maintaining that like sort of 1K lead that whole time, just through CS and GP money. But I thought QUT was playing really well. I feel like all the unis I've watched today have played well. They just haven't won. Suppose we've only watched 2, but there are more unis to come, and hopefully they can avoid those same pitfalls.
So they could be the case, but that was the victory there for the red side of the map, round number 2. But don't go anywhere, guys. Game number 4 after this 3-minute break.